Yeah. So the dean of the college now is having the privilege account. So if anything happens to that account, that will be very harmful for the whole organization, for the whole college. Same as go it will go with the company as well. Suppose the company CFO or C-level executives or the admins accounts, they have the higher privileges. If they are compromised, it will create a huge identity issue, a huge security risk. Okay, so for that we use the PAM, Privilege Access Management. Now coming to the third and the most important part, which we are going to learn throughout this tutorial, that is identity governance. Now, what is identity governance? See, you have assigned the student role to a student, but how will the student access the student things? How the professor will access the professor things? So it is very necessary to give the right access to the right identity at the right time. And to manage this thing, we use the IGA, Identity Governance and Administration. So what it do? It automates everything. It automates the creation of the management of the roles, of the user accounts. It automates if the person is moving from one department to another. So it will remove the access of the previous departments and give the access of the new department. It basically controls the whole life cycle of the identity, from its creation to its provisioning to its deletion. Okay. Coming to the next slide. Okay, let's start with the Savint now. I hope you have understood what is IGA mainly and why we are studying the Savint. So Savint has many identity solutions mainly. We have IAM as well. We have CPAM as well. CPAM is a part of like privileged access management only. But in this tutorial, we will be focusing on IGA. So Savint is basically a software as a service. It is a cloud-based software, and it provides you the IAM solutions for the tougher security controls. Okay, and it has been recognized with Gartner, Forrester, and many other organizations. It is a direct competitor with the SailPoint. SailPoint, you might be knowing, it is another IGA tool. And one of the most important benefit with the Savint is it is extremely easy to use as compared to the SailPoint. Okay. So now, like, what is the benefits of the SailPoint? First of all, like, why do we use a SailPoint? Sorry, why do we use a Savint? Firstly, it protects every identity. Like whatever identity factor you have in the Savint as a user account or any identity there, it protects it equally. Second, it increases the efficiency of the whole thing. Suppose you are in an organization and you need to like request access for some table in the database. So now if you go to the manager directly that, sir, please give me this access, it will waste your complete time, like moving to that department, then asking that person that he will provide you the feedback and hold that process. So to decrease all this, we have digitalized it to increase the efficiency of the whole process. Now, fast track access decisions. How is it made? See, whenever you request for any access, it has a time slot given, like for what thing you need that particular access, for how much time you need that access, who is going to provide you that access, why that access is approved, when it was approved, and after what time this access will be removed. It will be a whole lot details given there. So it can be easily managed with the help of Savint. Then the fourth, you have to gain the cloud advantage. As I already told you, it is a direct competitor for the SailPoint. And because of the cloud advantage, because it is very easy to implement in any organization as compared to the SailPoint. It is not on-premise. It doesn't need on-premise servers or any physical, physical security to set up the system. It is like a complete cloud-based UI. You can just integrate it with the other softwares and then you are ready to go. Fifth point, accelerate zero trust adoption. Now, what is zero trust? See, in security, in like information security, zero trust is the most basic and most like top rated principle which everyone needs to adopt. What is zero trust? Suppose your co-worker asks you for your credentials because she or he is having some urgent work to do, and at that time you provide your credentials because you think that this person is sitting by my side all day long. I know and have known this person for years, what harm he could do or what harm she could do. But in case something happens, so who will be responsible? You will be responsible at that time. So there comes a zero trust adoption process, where we don't even trust the CEO of the company to give our credentials to that person until a written format comes to you, a written permission comes to you. Okay, so there, to implement zero trust adoption, Savint is highly useful there. Coming to the sixth point, deploy quickly and see ROI in weeks. As I told you, Savint is cloud based. You can deploy it very quickly. Like, it is completely UI. You just enter your login credentials, connect it with other applications, integrate it, onboard the users, and do the things. And the analytics boards and everything, you can see the results in like mere in 3 or 4 weeks. Okay. Now coming to the functional capabilities of the Saviynt. See, this tutorial will be basically based on the overall view of the Saviynt, not into the deep technical as of now. So we will go through the functionalities of the Saviynt. See, it as I told you, it focuses on the extensive life cycle flow. Life cycle means when the identity is created. Suppose an employee enters, so that is a joiner scenario. When it happens, you create an identity of that particular employee in the system. You give them the birthright access. Birthright access means the basic access which are given to any employee. Okay. Then suppose that employee joins in marketing department. You give them the access related to the marketing department. Suppose after 3 or 4 months, that person, that employee changes the department from marketing to HR. Now, his previous accesses of the marketing department are redundant. So whenever there is a change of department, his previous accesses will be removed and he will be given the new accesses. Okay. Now, suppose that person resigns. Now that his account will be deactivated and all the accesses will be removed from his account, and that identity will be kept as a like record in the system for some months or maybe some year, depending on the organization's like retention period, to understand like how many, like this person was working here. According to the organization principles, it will be kept for some time, and after that cooling period, it will be deleted. So that is the whole life cycle, how it works. So Saviynt IGA performs a whole life cycle flow. It manages everything from start to end. Now it connects effortlessly with any kind of application, even if it is AD, if it is an HRMS portal, it is an ITSM portal, or any kind of portal. See, when you work in an organization, I will take the example of a software engineer. Suppose a data science engineer is working, so you will have a database, like Informatica kind of tool, S3 bucket maybe, or maybe some Python tools, or some DevOps pipeline, some workload schedulers, some job control events, everything. So when a lot of softwares are there, you need particular, like you will have a different account on each of the software. So how these all are managed? You just integrate them with the Saviynt and get your things smooth running. Okay. So it is very easy to integrate in Saviynt as compared to the other tools. Okay. You can just integrate it with the AD. You can directly onboard the applications from the AD account to Saviynt. You can suppose KK, or maybe you have many other softwares are going on as of now. So you can integrate it with anyone, even if it is disconnected application. Even then you can perform the user import function. Okay. Coming to the next point, that is RPA board. We will talk about it later, but Savint has introduced a new feature in it, that is RPA board, in which what it does, it has provided a automatic board there for your basic queries, and even your advanced queries. It checks the patterns, whatever you are performing in the things, and according to that, it gives you suggestion there. Okay. Coming to the next, support hybrid and disconnected applications. As I told you, we can connect the AD and everything. Similarly, some applications are very outdated, or maybe they don't have the plugins to be connected with Saviynt. So suppose an organization never had any application for the user provisioning. They had some Excel files, or maybe a application which is not even having the plugins to connect to the Saviynt. At that time also, you can onboard those users to the Savint. It has provided that much support as well. Coming to the next, provides entitlements across ERP and HER applications. See, entitlements means the privileges. So you can have multiple privileges according to the application. Suppose it is a database, so you need the access for the particular table in a database. It can provide you according to the application. You can define the entitlements, the roles, the rules according to the application. Okay. Then we have assures that the data is current and valid. See, if the data is not valid and current, it is a huge liability for any organization. You always need to have the current data in the system. That is a must factor for everywhere. Okay. Next, detects pattern and usage. I will give you a simple example of it. Just like an Instagram reel. Suppose you like an Instagram reel. So what happens? It will show you the multiple reels of that same kind, of the same pattern. Similarly, it also do the same thing because it has intelligence in that. So it observes the pattern. Suppose a lot of employees are joining this organization, so it will track it in the graph that in this month how many employees have joined. The graph is up. How many have left? How many have changed the department? How many accesses have gone? How many managers have changed? So it will detect everything, and according to those patterns and usage, it will help you out there. Then prevents stagnant data from creating audit issues. So suppose you need an access to some database table, so you go to a manager and you told them that you need the access for this particular table. Okay, so your manager writes down that this person needs access for this particular table, and that's it. Then he asks you after some days, why do you need the access? Then he will write it down. Okay, you need access for this purpose. Then he will ask you for how much time you need the access. He will again write it down somewhere. So that creates a stagnant data. Like the data is scattered here and there. But because of this, it is very hard to perform the audit operations. Okay. And in the security, it is very important to perform smooth audit process, seamless audit process. And to be in that phase, you need to have the proper data in the proper sequence, and Savint helps you with that. Last but not the least, here we have applies intelligent data control. Now, what is that? See, Savint already, like you have a lot of things in Savint. Suppose you are having some income, some accounts are compromised with something. Okay, so you see there in the portal that it is showing you this much pending requests, or these accounts are not functioning all right. So it will give you insight on that. How can you correct them? How can you rectify these problems? Okay, so that is very intelligent data controls, you can say. Okay, I hope this functional capabilities, the main these are clear to you. We will study them in detail as we proceed with the course. Okay. Okay, let's take a quick tour to Saviynt EIC. Harish, can we have the EIC portal ready? You told that MindMajix will provide the portal. Okay, so we don't have the application as of now to show you. So we will move on to the first of the topic, that is the user import. So there are 4 ways to import users in Saviynt. Okay, first is via connected applications. So via connected applications, first what you have to do, you have to onboard an application into the Saviynt. Either it is AD or it is an HRMS portal or any other software. So if you integrate it, you create the jobs there, you create the workflows that one time a day this job will work. It will trigger the auto discovery of those connected accounts. It will onboard those accounts directly. Once you connect an application, you will have that job triggered. Like you can have the workflow that this job will run twice a day. Suppose you have added AD to the Savint. So you are onboarding new accounts to the particular AD, and now you have made a job that 3 times a day this job will run, and whatever accounts are new in the AD, it will import those accounts. Whatever accounts have deleted from the AD, it will like automatically deactivate those accounts in the Savint. So that is the first way to import the users in Savint via connected applications. Second is via disconnected application. As I told you, like we can onboard disconnected applications as well. We can include them as the endpoint or the security system in the Saviynt, and then in that we can upload an Excel file through which we can directly give the parameter as the that particular endpoint or the particular security system that according to which this accounts are getting onboarded. um, Let me give an example. Suppose you're having a very old tool which is not able to integrate with the Savint. So at that time, what will you do? You will how will you how will you connect it with the application of the Savint? What you will do? You will rapid onboard that application as a disconnected application in the Savint, which is a proper way, which is a proper technical way to onboard that, which we will see when we have once we have the proper portal with us. And there, after introducing that security point and endpoint, you will import the users manually via some CSV file or maybe one by one by account onboarding. And through that, you will have the custom property defined there as the endpoint and security system. Okay, so that is the second way. Third is the manual way, from the when you have the admin console page. Here you can see add account option in the right side top. Okay, when you click on that option, you see a lot of parameters: the username, the email ID, contact number, first name, last name, city, address, department, manager, and a lot of things. So you fill out those details and you onboard the account there. You can do bulk onboarding as well. You have a CSV option there as well. So you can prepare a CSV file in which you can give the parameters in the different columns, like username, first name, last name, department, city, location, email address, any other information whichever you want to give, like blood. Suppose in the healthcare sector you have blood groups or anything. Okay, so you upload that CSV file into the system, and whatever accounts are present there, it will onboard those accounts into the Savint. If some accounts are there, suppose you have a name there, Shreya Garg, and you already have a Shreya Garg name in the Savint system. Now you have changed the Shreya Garg managers from Rahul to maybe Pradeep. So once you upload the CSV file, it will automatically change that thing also. Okay, it will check what accounts already exist, what are the changes in the new onboarded accounts, and according to that, it will take action. The fourth method is through the REST API. So now the REST API is total integration part. I can't tell you how it exactly works without showing you the technical things without the EIC portal. Coming to the next part, that is we have the next part we have is the application onboarding. That again, in the user admin console, we have two types of application onboarding. First is the normal application onboarding, and second is the rapid application onboarding. So for the normal one, we go to the security systems, we create the whole security system, we fill out the parameters there, we create the endpoint regarding that, we check it, we try to connect it with the proper IP, with the proper MAC address, we give the proper details there, we configure it, and then we check if it is connected. Okay, according to that, we create the further roles and entitlements and jobs that works on that. Second method is the rapid onboarding. Suppose you don't have the whole configuration at the particular point. That suppose you are onboarding an AWS account or AWS S3 maybe, so you don't have proper configuration present at that time. So what you can do, you can go to the rapid onboarding of the applications, and you can just fill out the basic details of the application and you can onboard it. Later on with time, it will show you auto filled parts. It will give you a proper you can say format how to fill that application later on, how to configure that application. And with time, whenever you have the proper information about that, you can just fill in and you can get it done. Okay, so that's about application onboarding. We will learn more about it when we have the portal with us. So coming to the course outline, as I told you, currently what I have told you as the part of this scope of this demo, it is just some part of identity access management governance. What is Saviynt building identity warehouse? We have just completed identity warehouse building, and that too half completed. Okay, further in the course we will learn about the further how to create the roles in Saviynt, how to make the entitlements, how to create jobs, how to create workflows, how the technical rules work, how the access request system works, how SOD segregation of duty work, how access certification works, and we will provide you the practice test as well, and with the interview questions that will help you to ace the interviews very well. Also, we have some add-on topics here. We will provide you with the Savint documentation, and we will give you the proper comparison with the other identity governance tools. As I told you about SailPoint already, that why SailPoint versus Savint, uh, you can figure it out. Like later on, once you do the Savint, you will figure out how SailPoint is tough and why Savint has an advantage over the SailPoint. So whenever you are having an interview or you are having any consulting job, so you can easily define, you can easily suggest your client what kind of tools you can be using. Then you will be having a proper interview preparation here, because you will be understanding all the concept, the live project concepts, how the project works in an organization, how the live project works. So according to that, because any interview will not ask you the any documented knowledge that how what is Savint and what is that. No, they will ask you scenario based questions of what you have done in your projects. So we will provide you proper projects, and according to that your interview preparation will go on. Okay. Coming to the next, additional resources, as I told you, we will go give you proper documentation, proper links with the Savint portal. We will give you the proper CSV file for the project, like how for the application onboarding and everything. You will be provided all the material. You will be given the project details, what kind of project you have to make in Savint and how to perform it. You will be provided MCQs for the certification. This will be the sample MCQs. There is no surety that these MCQs will come into the exam or not, but we will provide you with the sample MCQs so that you can prepare well for the interview. Okay. Interview questions will be provided. Next thing, project and use cases. Okay, so you will be provided with the project, a proper working model, a proper IG architecture, where you will be having a joiner, mover, lever, rejoiner scenario, which I explained in the demo. Like when a employee joins organization, he is giving the birthright access. If he moves into the between the departments, how the access works, how the certifications works, and if he leaves the organization, what will happen if he rejoins back in the cooling period or in the retention period, what will be the scenario at that time, along with application onboarding, defining of the technical rules, SAV roles, creating of the jobs and workflows. You will also learn how to create the analytics dashboard in Savint, because I told you now that Savint is a very smart tool. It can analyze the patterns and usage, according to which it can help you to analyze the data over the time. And you already know like how the data science works here. See, suppose in an organization a lot of employees have joined in this particular month, and next month it is some like 5 to 10 employees only join. Next month more or less, so you can see the whole graph, like how the like how many employees join in this particular month or in that particular month, in which department they have joined. You can create a whole analytics dashboard there, which can be managed by the manager or whoever is working on that department. Okay, so that is a very great feature with the Savint. You can create multiple dashboards. You can create a lot of data analytics insights, and you can perform a lot of operations there. So you will be having a fully working IG architecture as a part of this course. Now, next is the lab setup. Uh, I hope this is visible to you. The lab setup, the prerequisite is the high speed internet and the desktop or the laptop, whatever you are having. um, See, you can have some 16 GB memory will work. 16 GB RAM will be fine for this. You can have SSD in the laptop, because Savint is the application in which you will need other things as well. Like you might have to onboard the AD on the Savint, so it is better to have some 500 GB hard disk or this SSD. Then software, it will be provided to you by the MindMajix itself, so it is licensed one. Savint software cannot be shared or like done something on premises thing. It is not like other softwares which you can download from the net. No, it is a completely cloud based. It has proper accesses which can be given only by the Savint. So here, for your practice, for your project work, MindMajix will be providing you that. Then Okay, so for the mock interviews, we have some questions prepared for you. Like what is like these are the basic questions. Try to answer these. Uh, and like I have explained you already these questions as a part of the demo. So by now you must be able to answer at least these 5 questions, right? Okay, coming to the next slide, we have the certification. Okay, so in Savint we have firstly Savint IG Professional Certification. So if you see it on the Litmus portal as well, that is the Savint internal teaching portal, or maybe you can say training portal. So their IGA professional certification, um, you have to complete L100 and L200 there to be eligible for this certification. And this particular course which you are doing right now, this provides you 80% of the insights of that certification, because some of the real life scenarios you can only get when you work on that project, right? When you face a real time scenarios, almost everything will be covered in the project, everything will be covered in the demos, but some parts will always, like, it is based on your uh, thinking pattern, how you are managing the things. Okay,